Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Gray, and today I am playing Chapter 11 of Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, along with my partner, Michael Ridgway.
Hey, hey, party people.
And I believe Michael Ridgway wanted to talk about the Virtual Boy for a moment.
Well, I mean, we just went through a chapter that a good part of it was waiting to be able to, hit a certain little trigger, or it was exposition. So, this chapter is somewhat the same. So, just, while I was thinking of a random thing to talk about, I thought I'd bring up the Virtual Boy. Because it's one of those rediscovered gems I have now, and it was sort of the black sheep of the Nintendo clan, and still was fun. I mean, yes, maybe it would hurt your eyes, maybe it would make you feel nauseous after a while, maybe it would make you give you a crick in your neck, but it was still badass. Uh, my brother and I had one when we were kids. My brother actually got it when it was like $30 at Walmart, when it was obvious it was a flop, and they were just trying to get rid of them. Um, but it stopped working right, which turned out to be now that we're older and wiser, we found out that's an easy fix. No, I mean these things are going easily, $200 on eBay if it works right. I got a broken one for about 60. And there's a pretty easy fix for the problem it had. So I fixed it up for that. So I have one now. I really want to get Wario Land for it. That would be pretty awesome. Uh, but it's I can't not love it just because it's the one Nintendo console that really bombed. And I just want to cradle it and say, it's okay, Virtual Boy. You were cool. You did some neat stuff. Yeah, you weren't the best format, but we all make our mistakes. And it's a lovely conversation piece. People come into your apartment and say, "What's that big ass viewfinder you have there?" And I say, "That's from a viewfinder." That, my friends, is a Virtual Boy. It is the future of gaming.
This room here is, yeah, we've got puzzles. It's interesting because, you'll notice it looks pretty similar to a previous room we've been in, the Rube Goldberg murder machine.
Right.
But now that we have
Getting
the
paid for
stars
the
here, it's slightly different. Slightly different,
Right.
which is good. I think they had a good balance of new stuff and different stuff, so you still have a challenge with some of the puzzles.
Right.
But I mean, you still clearly get the message, huh, something's going on here. Why are these two machines exactly the same? And
Someone has a lot of time on their hands. That's why we have all these murder machines.
maybe they're the same. I'm not sure. Are they made by the same person? I don't know.
Uh,
Clearly the
well,
same sort of design. We'll find out more about it, by the
yes.
end of this video, obviously, but one machine was modeled after the other.
Hmm.
That's the story. So you want to make sure to fire off both party poppers. So you could basically be a pyromaniac and set things on fire.
Well,
Hmm.
this is a little boring. I mean, we've done something very similar.
Yeah. What to do? Anyway, things are catching on fire now.
Hmm. And how?
Now it's interesting again. Okay, we're gonna solve this eventually. I know we are. We spin the toy, and that's going to like set the candle sconce on fire, so we can burn the shelf. And then get down to the trunk where the little girl is being held captive.
Because, that's PG.
Hey, we need to help out this little girl.
Tie her to a chair. Help her with rope.
I have to say, this blue guy is not very observant when it comes to guarding this room.
No.
He's just sleeping the whole time.
Yeah. Maybe in reality, he's the smartest one, Just hanging out, relaxing, while what's-her-face and what's-his-face, go out trying to take over the entire world. Meanwhile, Brain Guy just doesn't care anymore, man. He's just like, whatever.
Okay, so those are all the puzzles, and the rest of the video is exposition. So,
Yeah.
it turns out the kidnappers have kidnapped the wrong girl.
As you do.
Clearly not very good kidnappers.
Okay. So I really do have to apologize, everyone. I think I really spaced out there for a second. It's a little late where I am, and I think I closed my eyes for half a second, and I started dreaming. And for some reason, I was just going off on this. This has happened to me before. One time in college, apparently, I figured out how to solve the world's energy crisis using hot dogs. Of course, I don't remember, but if I could, yeah, I'm pretty sure that we will be good. You could just go to the butcher and get some hot dogs and pump them in your car. If you wanted to run your house for a year, maybe you get some knockwurst. I think knockwurst would be the most fuel efficient choice. But anyway, I do apologize for just if for not making sense at all.
I
But
think it fits because the blue guy in this video just fell asleep, and he was sleeping for the past 5 minutes.
Maybe that's what I was talking about. There's a good 30 seconds there that I don't know. I came to, like, at the end of it, it's like, whoa. I was just talking about some sleeping guy, and I mean, the sleeping guy in that, I believe I said something like he just doesn't give a crap. I mean, obviously, the little girl there doesn't give a crap either. I mean, she's just sitting there reading a book. Only one in this scene that gives a crap besides Sissel, who has to give a crap because he's the protagonist, is Blue Lady there. I mean, she gives a crap. I guess she's the responsible one out of the duo.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, and this might be a slight spoiler alert.
Uh-oh.
Have they addressed the fact that she kind of knows that Sissel is there?
We have addressed this. Yes, that was chapter number 7.
Okay.
She claims to have like a sixth sense, so she can sense whenever a ghost is, around.
Okay.
But I don't.
You know,
They don't ever really confirm the fact that she does
no.
have it, or if she's just guessing.
Yeah, no, I think is this the last chapter with her?
This is the last chapter with her. We are never going to see her again after this.
Right. And it's just
I don't know. I feel like that's just a weird thing that they stuck in there. It's like, oh, I know you're there, ghost guy, and I'm like, oh man, she's gonna be a serious thorn in my side for the rest of this game. I'm gonna have to do all these puzzles trying to kind of avoid her ghost guessing gaze. And then just nope, nope.
Nope. Trent,
Well,
what we're shooting for is the fact that there's another person with ghost trick powers.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Maybe they had this. Like maybe I've seen this happen in games before. Maybe she was like one of the initial like main antagonists,
Mm-hmm.
and the game redesigned. The game was redesigned, and they choose to, they put someone else in with ghost powers, ghost tricks, and they're just like, well, we got this stuff with this one character. We don't want to scrap it completely, but we don't feel like taking it all the way out.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to say transfer over to have a villain who also has ghost tricks, because, Sissel has
Yeah,
ghost tricks. It makes them more evenly matched.
right, right. It seems weird that they just kind of drop her.
Yeah, and they go back to the blue villains who we haven't seen from... In Chapter 2, we saw them for like 3 minutes, and then they go
Yeah,
back to being the main blue villains.
yeah, which I guess is it's okay. It's definitely a good design choice.
Okay, but, they spent a lot more time developing, I guess, Beauty and this guy she's hanging out with.
Right.
Because they've
Well,
had at least like three times as much screen time.
they don't even have her reporting back like the other guy. So why? Hmm.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, and we're actually going to learn about Detective Jowd killing his wife right now.
yeah. Exposition. Let's
This
begin.
is why it's
Exposition.
important. So I guess it's convenient for us that the kidnappers kidnapped the wrong girl.
Right.
Because the other girl wouldn't have been able to tell us all this information.
Indeed.
And we were asking about this earlier, why this death counts as a matter of national secrecy.
Yeah, I mean,
Now that we're seeing it, I think that question is still completely valid.
I think they try to rationalize it with something like, I don't know, like, because it was related to this other event, and because it was so mysterious. What I want to know, I mean, why? Okay, so obviously I'm going to be nitpicky here. Assuming this world is actually maybe somewhat 3D, I feel like that gun would have to, like, or the woman that just got shot would have to be, like, just really up against that wall for that gun to hit her. Because it's not pointing out at me.
That's a good point. Yeah, and the same thing applies with, I guess, the Lynn, because this is obviously the same Rube Goldberg machine which killed Lynn.
Right.
Well, that happens a couple of times with Lynn's death. It's basically, well, if
Yeah.
she had bothered to move a foot to the left, she would have been fine.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a valid point. I just.
It's sort of nitpicky because, yeah, you're right. Because, I mean, we're supposed to be swept up in the drama that she killed her own mother.
Right. It's a game design thing, too. I mean, you're developing a 2D game. You make it 2D. You don't you don't necessarily have to, you don't necessarily worry about people around corners or edges. It's just, they're there. But,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
So, yeah.
again, I understand why they're doing it, but I will make it.
I think that's it, actually. I think that's it for us talking with Kamila here.
That's good.
That's enough. You know, she did her part. She talks about her mother's death 5 years ago.
Yep.
Now we know
I
that.
think she... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to be expositional and say now we know why Detective Jowd was, you know, on death row.
Right. Do you think that suitcase is comfortable? I mean, it has to be if she can just, pop right out of it and start reading with total aplomb.
Yeah, it I don't know, we'll see him push her back into the suitcase. We'll see if that looks comfortable.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like she's fine. It looks like it's just a
Yeah,
case. It looks like a normal chair.
right. And she just sort of collapses without really any
Without having
fuss.
to bend her limbs or anything. Huh. And there we go. There's Beauty saying that she has psychic powers, which will never be
And,
again.
yeah, and she even says, remember that.
Remember that, and then she just leaves.
Remember that. Well, goodbye forever.
Huh, yeah, there we go. You have to think the suitcase is at least a little bit uncomfortable when he turns it around on its side and then drags it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And now she doesn't have her book, and her juice is probably going to be spilled everywhere.
She should have got Capri Sun, man. Packets. We need packets.
That's why you need to go with that.
Yeah. And Gogurt. I can't Gogurt's pretty fast.
Yeah, and now Sissel's going to be wondering about the fact that the blue lady they never see again. Huh.
Mm.
In any case, that is the end of Chapter 11 of Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Thank you for being here, Mr. Ridgway.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I do apologize for spacing out. I'm going to go to sleep now.